All right, taking a live look now at both the White House and the United States Capitol on the left side of your screen there, where the president's crackdown on crime in Washington, D.C. may put the two branches of government at odds.
This as protests have started around the president's takeover of D.C. police and deployment of the National Guard. The president has suggested that he can keep control of D.C. police and the National Guard in place for more than 30 days, but that may require action from Congress.
Scripps News Group's Stephanie Liebergen has the latest on what's happening in the Capitol.
Overnight, more federal law enforcement and Washington, D.C. National Guard troops hit the streets of the nation's capital. And the president's anti-crime effort might get some additional support from Congress. At the Kennedy Center on Wednesday, President Trump said he plans to ask Congress for what he calls a relatively small amount of money to support his anti-crime effort in the nation's capital, something he thinks Republicans will unanimously support. Senator Lindsey Graham has already said he's going to try to work to get that bill through Congress alongside Senator Katie Britt of Alabama. In a social media post, Graham said, "Together we will try to shepherd the D.C. Security Fund through Congress to give President Trump the resources he will need to improve the safety and quality of life in our nation's capital. Every American should be behind this effort to make Washington, D.C. clean and safe so that it can truly become the shining city on a hill." Also Wednesday, the president indicated that his takeover of the Metropolitan D.C. Police Department might last longer than a month. Federal law puts a 30-day limit on any president's takeover of the D.C. Police Department. Anything longer than that requires an act of Congress. But the president indicated on Wednesday that he believes he can declare a national emergency and extend that 30-day limit without needing Congress's assistance. If the president tries to do something like that, it's likely to face some legal challenges. President Trump is promising an essentially crime-free city, saying Washington, D.C. will serve as a model for other cities like New York and L.A. and Chicago. But it's unclear exactly what success looks like and how that's going to be measured, especially since violent crime in the nation's capital has already been at a 30-year low. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News Group, Washington.
And looking ahead now, tomorrow is the big meeting set between President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska. The president said yesterday, our president, that is, said yesterday that Russia would face severe consequences, in his words, if Putin isn't serious about ending the war in Ukraine. He also said that this talk could lead to a second meeting that would include Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy.
Now, there may be no second meeting because if I feel that it's not appropriate to have it because I didn't get the answers that we have to have, then we're not going to have a second meeting.
Yesterday, during a video call with Zelenskyy and European leaders, they pressed the president to push for a full ceasefire. The Ukrainian president said that he warned Trump that Putin is bluffing about lasting peace, while European leaders hope that something is to gain from tomorrow's meeting.